First, I just want to say thanks to the Museum of Television and Radio for doing this. This is so exciting. We were all out there before we came in, just like giddy. We couldn't believe it. Except for Daniel, he didn't care.
Just talk a few seconds about the casting process. How do you actually find all of these people?
Well, we didn't find all these. First of all, can you guys tell that Ian's breathing on me? Bizarre.
Sorry.
It was actually. Ian was one of the first people to come in, actually, and it was actually April Webster had met with all the actors before, and we had a weird process because we were the last pilot to be going, if not at ABC, everywhere, and a lot of actors had already been cast, and we were just beginning the process, and. As JJ was saying, a lot of the roles weren't really written. Like we had in mind, the Charlie character was an older character, and there was an actor we had worked with on Alias who was a guest star one time. Who we were going down that road, we started making the calls. Like that was going to be the guy who was going to play Charlie. And Dominic came in, and I believe Dominic read for Sawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Sawyer, please.
And we immediately said Dominic was not man enough to play Sawyer.
That's even better.
Exactly.
So we rolled him over, but he was perfect for the strung-out rock star.
Well, I thought it was cool because Ian and Dom and I...
And Evie.
Yeah, we all tested on the same day. And like for Ian and Dom and me, we were the only guys reading for our parts.
Yeah, we were the only ones.
And I was on the
By the
phone with my
way,
agent
thank you,
going,
J.J. Abrams.
I think I got it.
I don't know what that means, but I think it's good. and Ian passes me on his way to his car and goes, "See you in Hawaii, bitch."
And 3 weeks later, sure enough,
Yeah.
I
Next
saw...
time I see him in the makeup trailer in Hawaii. And that's how we say hello.
But to answer part of your question, there was a huge buzz about the show. There was a lot of like, J.J. Abrams is creating this great new show. I think it's about a plane crash, but I don't know. But it's great. It's great. You should go. And so there was a lot of that about it. And so I think, at least for myself,
And I
heard
tested
about
the
it.
same day as Harold, and I got to tell you,
Yeah.
no one even knew I was there. Harold's coming from a play. He's like, I only got like 15 minutes. I got to get back to the play. And it was like this entourage, and I'm like, that's that guy. That's
Yeah.
No, it was me, you and Foxy and Malcolm, right?
And then there was Foxy, of course, there.
Right.
So apparently, I was serving water.
And still
Yeah,
is.
even I read Sawyer sides
Yeah.
when I went in the first time.
I think I read somewhere that you were supposed to take the role of the pilot in the pilot episode, that you were going to get written out. How did you manage to work your way back?
Well, I think JJ was handing the script off to his, sort of inner circle of people that he trusts, that he does when he writes, and the word that I got was that he was handing that script off to people, and people were loving it, but just saying you can't kill Jack Shephard in the second act. I mean,
Yeah, just to be clear, Jack died originally in the second act of the pilot, so, which we thought would be, Damon and I were just really excited about it because we thought it would be such a cool thing to do. And,
Nothing personal.
and we still might, but but the thing is, that when we showed it around, everyone was like, no, I am Jack. You can't do that because then they got angry.
Is anyone in real life pretty much like your character, or your characters really?
No.
Totally.
I'm probably pretty close.
Are you?
Yeah.
But I do know how to spell bodies.
Now.
Naveen, what about your character? Are you developing him?
Are you from Iraq?
I wish I
you
was
kill
more
people?
like him, to be honest. You know, I can't change a light bulb. I'm not, you know, I can barely switch on a computer. I don't really know how to do those sort of things. So I wish I was a bit more capable.
Are there any romances in the future? You kind of get the sense that there could maybe be a few. Do you? Is that going to?
Michael's been looking at Hurley a lot. Checking him out.
I noticed that.
By, like that.
I'm
you guys wanna
I'm
see?
just
No.
serving them up.
Work.
That's all.
First off, Josh,
Yes.
on behalf of the female population of this planet, thank you so much for that kiss.
Where's my wife? She needs to hear this. No. Thank you.
Wait till you see the Sawyer Hurley kiss. It's hot.
He owns me.
Don't worry, he kisses all of us like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, good night, just a handshake.
Hi, this question's for Matthew. If you were watching the show as a viewer and you weren't on the show, who would you be rooting for Kate to get with, Sawyer or Jack?
Good question.
Jack, of course. The whole Kate Sawyer thing is just a sort of an interim thing. We're both sort of caught up
As
in
long
our
as
own
I get a
worlds
role,
of,
that's-
problems, backstories, of mystery backstories.
Did you say that?
Jack?
You're gonna get her in the end. Come on.
You know I will. We all knew that from day
She'll
one.
be damaged good.
Oh, getting ugly.
So easy to talk when Evie's not here.
I have to do this. My mom said hi to Jorge, you're her favorite. And my sister says hi to Josh, because you're her favorite. And my question
Yeah, he's
is...
my mom's favorite.
I think he's every mom's favorite.
One of us is gonna die this year. She goes, not Sawyer! I'm sorry? Not who?
You don't seem to have this much fun on the island.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Like a joyous release.
Yeah.
All right, so my question is, I want to know, each cast member, if you guys could add any plot line to the show, no matter like how boring or like obnoxious or anything, what would it be and why?
I think the whole cast should watch. No, never mind.
I think Sawyer should throw a party. He's got all this goods. You know. He needs the points too.
Throw a party.
Well, he needs the points, so he'd water it down. But
I hope you find out that Michael actually works for SD6.
He does. Wait, didn't you get those revisions?
I had this pitch for a long time with the writers that the entire show, you don't see any of the cast, and then the very last shot is Charlie and the monster having a cup of tea together.
Nice.
Hi, it's a wonderful program, but is Emily ever going to have the baby?
Yes.
never.
Yeah,
Not if we
season
can help
3.
it. Season 3.
It's a weird island.
Yeah. She actually has a grown-up.
Hi, how are you? Pleasure. Yeah. Sorry.
Pardon the
I had a
moisture.
sponge bath yet.
Is it
You got a
warm here
smoke
or
on
what?
you?
I'm just wondering how scary it is to get on a plane and see all of you on the passengers. But
People feel a little strange. Have a good trip.
I think I'd want to get off the plane.
Right.
Well, isn't it really a remarkable experience when a show comes on television that's as popular as this one is, and everybody has so much enthusiasm for it, and then you meet the people who created it and the cast, and you realize how much you really like them and respect them as well. So aren't we lucky that we sat here tonight?
Thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much.